You're welcome back, live from Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital. This is Election Watch, Anambra Decides 2021. I am Kelly Egiga. It's a special live coverage of the 2021 governorship elections in that state. And of course, we'll be bringing you up to minute-by-minute analysis and commentaries on the elections, as we do have our eyes and ears on ground there in that particular state, following and monitoring the elections. My guests are back here with me. Journalist and lecturer Nuruddin Adegbero has been with us all morning. Thank you so much, Nuruddin.
Good to be here.
Yes, and of course, publisher Metro Star and political affairs analyst Emeka Madunagu is also back with us. It's the closing chapter of the program today. Emeka, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you, viewers, for staying with us.
Yes, of course. So it's our coverage of the elections. Everything seems to be going on smoothly and well. As the feeders we are getting in just a moment, we'll cross over live to Oka, the Anambra State capital, once we're set for that, and just get the very, very latest as regards the updates on these particular elections. But gentlemen, I wonder what feeders you're getting from your sources.
For now, people are still voting, but what is important there is that we've not had anything of unusual apart from one pocket of, but that one is not from the police officers. And the Nigerian police, I must give them kudos, at least for this period, that we've not have, apart from when they were not well fed, and when they were fed, they are already on the field. That is the most important thing. But between now and 4 o'clock, that is when the problem always starts in every one of election, even in general election. It will start from the beginning. It's during that, towards the tail end, and between now, because it's very obvious that 2:30 election is still going to be taking place, especially where you have beavers malfunctioning, where they didn't start very early, because they must make sure that everybody there must vote before they can talk about counting the votes.
Mecca.
Yeah, of course. So far, so good. People are turning out, to vote, and the contestants themselves are mobilizing people to come out to vote. So I'm happy that at least Nigerian politicians, for the first time, have demonstrated that it is possible to make this nation work if we join our hands together.
Well, Mecca, normally contestants always appeal to Nigerians to come out and vote.
This is a unique situation. This is a unique situation. For the first time, an election is holding in such a tense atmosphere. For the first time, an election is holding in which one of the contestants is not physically available.
It's still not even present.
I mean, we had the situation of Omishore and Oji, Theodore Oji, who ran for elections from prison.
From prison, yes.
Now, we have a situation of a candidate, Obiora Agbasimalo of Labour Party, running for governorship election in Anambra State from kidnappers. Nobody knows where he is, and the police have not told us what they found out so far. So, you see, these are indeed strange times, but definitely I must also commend the security agencies for living up to their promises. But the report about brutal treatment of people those reports, I mean, they don't speak well. They don't speak well. You don't need to match, you don't need to treat people shabbily, because they are citizens. And if there is anything, treat them decently. But today is election day. But the interesting thing is that a lot of people I understand that a number of people who registered to vote in Anambra, actually in Anambra, they traveled home for the elections. There are people who couldn't go because their registrations could not be transferred to polling units in their hometowns. But so far, so good. But
everything looks cool. Everything seems to be going on smoothly. I can confirm.
There's also the issue of Obiora Okonkwo of Zen Labour Party. Recently, the former governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, who is the leader of ZLP, came out to say he was collapsing the structures into the People's Democratic Party. So I'm wondering the kind of arrangement Obiora Okonkwo has concerning this election.
But is that a decision for one man to take for a
no,
party?
He said having consulted widely with leaders of the party, he had come to the decision.
And don't forget that
to move the entire party to PDP.
INEC doesn't speak with the whatever any title you give yourself in your party. If you are not the national chairman and the national secretary did not communicate of what the national chairman said to the INEC, then nobody is talking because they don't deal with individual. But what he has raised is germane thing. One, if Senate Labour Party dissolved into PDP, and in this election, Senate Labour Party wins the election, what will happen? Then two, the Labour Party governorship candidate that we couldn't know his whereabouts now, if he wins the election,
how will the certificate of return be presented?
How will certificate of return be presented to him? And don't forget, he was not part of the peace accord. Although that one is not a criteria, you may decide not to sign it.
Or even be present.
Even if you are present, you may decide not to sign it because it's not in our constitution. It's what we just concord, basically to make sure, although that thing, in this kind of election, it's really okay because it shows that everybody will be seeing you that you said you don't want peace. By the time any link of violence is being linked to you, people will know the kind of personality. In Yoruba, they will say, tó bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí èèyàn rí ẹ, tó bá fẹ́ k'Ọlọ́run rí ẹ, then jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn náà rí ẹ. The meaning is that if you want to go and greet a widow, you don't go to inner room. If you know that God knows your heart, let people also see you that you are doing it diligently. So that is exactly what the peace accord did a few days ago. But what is important there is that across all the 21 local government, we've not had any act of shooting and based on what people are saying, they are not going to vote. 54% of people said they didn't want to vote because of hyper issues. And when that one is out, the loss of faith comes in. But we could see now the potential rigging antics of the politicians. For now, we've not seen it.
Gentlemen, let's take a breather. But I can confirm for you that the candidate of the Young Progressives Party, YPP, in the 2021 Anambra State governorship elections, Ifeanyi Ubah, has only just cast his vote, cast his ballot just a moment ago. According to reports, Mr. Ubah voted at polling unit 20, Otolo Ward 1 in Norfolk Hall in Nnewi South local government area. So the figures we're getting now is that the main players, the major players in these elections from the four main parties have voted, as it does appear, and even the incumbent governor.